Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we'll be doing a detailed review of the new Xiaomi 11i HyperCharge. So Xiaomi announced the Xiaomi Mi 10i last year, that's Jan 2021, and it was a trendsetter in the form of 108 megapixel camera around the 20 to 25,000 price segment. Now we have the Xiaomi 11i, so Xiaomi is dropping the Mi moniker, so now it's like Xiaomi 11i HyperCharge. Now as the name indicates, the innovation this time around is the HyperCharge. That's the 120 watts HyperCharge, which can charge the device from 1 to 100% in flat 15 minutes for the 4500 mAh capacity battery. Now there is a regular Xiaomi 11i without the HyperCharge branding. Obviously that's a 67 watt charger. It's still one of the really good faster chargers available right there, but the innovation is the 120 watts HyperCharge. Now this device comes with the Dimensity 920 5G chip, and this comes with an AMOLED display, 120Hz refresh rate, MIUI 12.5 and 4500 mAh capacity battery, and a kind of different design. Along with that, you also get a 108 megapixel triple camera setup, a 16 megapixel selfie camera, and a really good package actually. But is it really worth the money? Now the HyperCharge edition is priced 26,999, that's 27,000 rupees, and the 8GB RAM variant is priced around 28,999. Now at this price segment, it's entering the OnePlus Nord 2 category, which is the Dimensity 1200 chip. Now is it really worth the money? That's what we are going to talk about in this video. So before getting into this video, if this is your first time on this channel, do hit that red subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to get notified of all the videos we publish. So first let's have a look at the design. Now design is something which is really stand out on this device. Now why? Because it has a completely flat back panel. The edges are kind of flat again. You don't get any curvature on the front or the back panel, which actually feels pretty good. Now as a result, you don't feel the device slipping out. Now most of the devices have this curved back panel, and glass being the most favorite in this price segment, there is a tendency to slip. But with this you get a flat side panel and a flat back panel, and as a result the feel is definitely good. There is something different offered in the feel and even the looks. Now this definitely looks good. The camera layout is something which has been really impressively done. Now the display also looks pretty good. Now it's a large display, it's a 120Hz refresh rate, an AMOLED display, and you also get a very small punch hole display. Now you get the side mounted fingerprint scanner, volume rocker keys, side panel look really good. Now there is a dual speaker system, there is 3.5mm audio jack, and the regular IR blaster as well. So design and build quality definitely feels good. It's a toughened glass and feels really nice. So design and build quality, there is something to offer new from Xiaomi in the 11i HyperCharge. Now talking about the display. Now once again, this is one of the really good displays out there. Extremely bright display, 120Hz refresh rate, and the touch response feels very smooth, and you get really vibrant colors. It's an AMOLED panel, thereby giving you great colors, good overall brightness levels as well. There is Corning Gorilla Glass protection. Now there is no adaptive brightness, rather adaptive refresh rate. It's either the 60 or 120Hz, so there is no adaptive refresh rate, but nevertheless 120Hz feels very smooth. So overall display quality is really good, especially as a multimedia device. The larger display and the AMOLED panel gives a really good vivid experience with respect to multimedia experience. Now next is the software. Now as usual, we have the MIUI 12.5 on this device. Now over a period of time, Xiaomi has been working on the MIUI. Now there is no ads on this UI. It's getting more refined with the MIUI 12.5 update. Things have changed drastically. Bloatwares have been completely removed. Only very stock UI, and you do get the option to uninstall a lot of apps. So things are getting much better on Xiaomi's MIUI 12.5, and this is one of those devices without any sort of issues we face. The MIUI experience is definitely good. It feels refined. It definitely feels improved over a period of time. Say for example, considering the Mi 10i and the Mi 11i HyperCharge, there is a drastic difference in the MIUI experience. Now ads have been completely removed, so overall the experience is good, and you get a lot of additional features. So if you have used a MIUI, you might be already knowing all the features, so there is nothing cut down on this device. So overall the experience with the software definitely feels good. So next is the performance. Now this is powered by the MediaTek Dimensity chip. Now Dimensity chips are getting more and more popular. We have seen 800 series, 900 series, 1200 series. Now this comes with the 920 5G chip. It is a device which comes with pretty good hardware. Now it has 6GB RAM, which is priced 26,999, and 8GB RAM and 128GB storage, which is priced 28,999. Now the performance is definitely good. It may not be the most powerful device below the 30,000 price segment, because you get the Snapdragon 870 as well as the Nord having 1200 Dimensity chip. So it's not the most powerful chip out there, but you do get a decent performance, hardly any issues. So if you want the most powerful device below the 30,000 price segment, for especially for gamers, this may not be the best option, although this satisfies as a really good device in terms of performance, and even gaming experience was quite good on this device. Again, not the class leading or the best in class performance, but you won't have much to complain on this device in terms of performance. And the 6GB RAM and 8GB RAM are being offered, but you do get only one storage option, 128GB, but you can expand the storage using the micro SD card. So that's the performance side. Now the fingerprint scanner performance is really good on this device. It can unlock the device in pretty good time, so again that's pretty good. Now overall the call quality again was pretty good. We don't have 5G to test out, so again 5G is something which we can't test out right now, and as usual we won't suggest you getting a 5G device just for the 5G alone. But if you like the device and if it supports 5G, that's well and good, but getting a device just for 5G alone isn't the best option right now. So same goes with the Xiaomi 11i HyperCharge 5G as well. Now next is the cameras. So this has a triple camera setup. It has a 108 megapixel primary sensor, an 8 megapixel ultra wide, and a 2 megapixel macro sensor, and a 16 megapixel selfie camera. Now talking about the camera, so we have done a detailed camera review, and they found the camera to be quite okay, although not a class leading performer. That's one area where we're quite slightly disappointed probably. The 108 megapixel sensor does a pretty good job, but again not the class leading performance out there. Again ultra wide angle cameras were quite okay. The macros were kind of not that great, especially Xiaomi is a trendsetter or class leading in terms of 5 megapixel tele macro, but this does not have that tele macro, and hence the macros were not that great. Portraits were kind of over sharpened. Low light experience was quite okay, again not a class leading. So we have done a detailed camera review, so you can check out that video to see how the camera performance has been. So it's a kind of mixed bag. The selfie cameras were kind of okayish, but I would say still not the class leading camera performance. It could have been definitely better. So cameras are kind of average, I would say, on the Xiaomi 11i HyperCharge. And if camera is your priority, this is not the best out there, although this is good. I won't say it's bad actually. It's above average or average category, but definitely not a class leading one. Now finally the battery life. Now this comes with a 4500 mAh capacity battery with 120 watts HyperCharge, and we could charge the device in like 20 minutes, which isn't bad. 15 minutes is kind of standard test condition, but still 20 minutes is definitely one of the fastest out there, or rather the fastest in terms of charging. And again battery life is stellar, or rather epic on this device. We had tough time draining out the battery for charging tests, so you can easily get like 8 to 9 hours of battery life on normal usage, and even heavy usage you can still get like 7 plus or 8 hours of screen on time, which is really good on this device. So occasionally only you get a phone with a slightly smaller capacity battery compared to the competition, and still a battery life which is stellar, and you get 120 watts HyperCharge as well. So in terms of battery department, this is really good. And Xiaomi has covered one of the concerns that if you charge with 120 watts HyperCharge for a long term, how does that affect the battery? Now Xiaomi claims that even after 800 cycles of charging, you still have 80% of the battery left. That means 2+ years of charging and you still will have 80+% of battery, which is definitely good considering that this is a HyperCharge technology. So batteries are well protected as per Xiaomi. So that's again one of the good aspects. So that is our detailed experience with the Xiaomi 11i HyperCharge. Now there are two variants. One is the HyperCharge variant. The other one is the regular variant, which is priced 24,999. So if you really don't want the HyperCharge, we suggest you to get the regular version, which has in fact 5000 mAh capacity battery. Here you get a slightly lower capacity battery. So if you are not really into HyperCharge, you can still go with the Xiaomi 11i, the normal edition, which is priced 24,999. You get slightly cheaper with the cashback and offers. Now if you really want a 120 watts HyperCharge, then this is 26,999. Again, you get slightly lower price with the offers running. Now the pros and cons. The pros include great design and build quality, excellent display, good software performance, a great battery life, and 120 watts HyperCharge. That's the strong point of this device. Now the cons include performance again is good, but not the stellar one out there. Again, cameras could have been better. That's what we feel. Otherwise, this is definitely a good package. We expect Xiaomi to roll out updates in the camera department. Hopefully, that would be sorted out. So it's still one of the really good packages out there. If you're looking for an all-round package, which doesn't disappoint much, except for the camera part, which we feel should have been slightly better overall. So that is our experience with the Xiaomi 11i HyperCharge. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit the red subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.